And some of you might remember the Septendi collaboration that a couple of YouTubers did in September. The same group decided to do DOScember. Frankly, I was a bit hesitant about participating in DOScember because if you know my channel, you probably know that I'm not particularly a fan of MS-DOS or PC systems. I'm mainly focused on Commodores and Ataris and all the other nice systems of the 8-bit and 16-bit era. So we did a Zoom call kind of thing that is still available for you to watch on Adrian's Digital Basement channel. So we had a little discussion there between us retro YouTubers, and we came up with the idea of just showing a PC running on an Amiga. And as it happens, I had already bought an Amiga Bridgeboard card, which is basically a PC on a card that you can put in your large big box Amiga and have a PC running in a window. And I had one of those back in the day, actually an XT Bridgeboard, the first version of the Bridgeboard. And as I'm in the process of recreating my Amiga 2000 setup from back in the day, I got one already from eBay, but I haven't tried it yet. So I thought this is a good opportunity to do so. And that's going to be the video today. Me trying to get the A2088 Bridgeboard to work in my Amiga 2000. And if you're interested in other DOS videos or other retro YouTube channels that you might not know, I highly recommend checking out the video description because the DOScember participants are going to be linked there. And also there's a playlist of DOScember videos from the participants and also from some people who just use the hashtag DOScember. Without further ado, let's have a look at the Bridgeboard. Here's the A2088 card I was able to find on eBay. And yeah, as you can see, basically there's a whole PC on the card here. Has the A2088 processor, 512K RAM. These, I think, are controller chips. It has a EMU BIOS labeled chip here. That's a very basic BIOS. Most of the settings are determined by this little jumper on the board here. It also has a controller for disk drives. You can attach an external drive, you can use an Amiga drive, and it's going to work as a 720K PC drive basically, which is a very nice feature. And you can connect an internal drive to this connector, which I am going to do. These cards originally came with a 5¼ inch disk drive, but mine didn't when I bought it from eBay. I also got a disk drive from eBay that should work. Supposedly this also works with 3½ inch floppy disk drives, but your results may vary. Some HD drives don't work at all. I've read that for the 5¼ inch drives it only supports double density drives, so 360K drives. Some HD drives might work as well, but it's safer to have a lower density drive connected to this. I don't know if this works at all yet, so we are going to put this in the Amiga 2000 and see what we can get out of this. And I so hope this thing works still. This is an early version, I think, of the card, judging by the silk screen and the solder mask here. It looks exactly like the first versions of the Amiga 2000 that came out, the original Braunschweig, Germany versions. These cards, as well as the Commodore PC line that they actually had from the 80s, was developed in Braunschweig. These people knew what they were doing with the PCs. Commodore headquarters in the United States didn't really know much about PCs at that point. And this actually says copyright 1986 by Commodore, 1 year prior to the release of the Amiga 2000 and 500 series. So probably this is an early version of the card made in BSW, Braunschweig, Germany, and it just says PC Emulator A2000. And apparently I still have the original manual and the original disc, which says both 2088, 286, which was the 286 version of the card. There was also a 386 version of it later. That was the last one that was officially released, but you could upgrade it to a 486. I think there's also upgrades for this card which can take it up to higher processor speeds and higher architectures basically. And yeah, this is labeled both 2088 and it says Bridgeboard PC install disk as well. This just says PC emulator. It's the German version obviously because I'm in Germany. And this also has a lot of handwritten notes and articles from magazines that my father kept. This is a very concise manual actually. Nicely yellowed. So here's the jumper settings, my father laid them out. It was actually his Amiga 2000 that he passed down to me when he made the switch to an actual PC at some point. He got this Bridgeboard card for being able to do his work stuff on the Amiga actually, because PC was kind of a standard for business even back then. Yeah, so he bit the bullet and bought an expansion card for the Amiga rather than buying a whole PC system at that point, because he was, like I was, a huge fan of the Amiga, and that was a nice alternative. Ho ho ho! As I pointed out earlier, it's the festive season of DOS-cember. For some less nerdy people, it's even the festive season of December and the Christmas season. And the sponsor for this video, PCBWay, has set up some festivities on the website. They have design contests, they have giveaways with all kinds of Christmassy goodies, and they also have a lot of discounts currently, so check out the link in the description. Back to the Bridgeboard. Yeah, let me get out the Amiga 2000 and see if this thing actually works. So here's my Amiga 2000 with the expansion cards I put in some previous videos. Let's pay a bit attention to this part here, which is the part that has the expansion slots. There's the standard Amiga Zorro 2 expansion slots, which are these ones. And then it has some extra slots, like these, that look exactly like ISA slots. Which they actually are, which is quite a great feature to put in a system from the beginning. These are ISA, 16-bit and 8-bit, I believe, ISA slots, PC standard, and as you can see, some are lining up with the Zorro slots. These ports cannot be addressed by the Amiga itself, but if you would have a bridge from one of the Zorro slots to one of the ISA slots. That's why this board is called Bridgeboard, because it has a Zorro connector and an ISA connector on here. So you can bridge the gap between the PC side, which is on this card, and the Amiga side. And actually you can use PC expansion cards, ISA cards, in these slots, in the free slots obviously, if you have a PC card installed in here. And if that's not clever engineering, I don't know what is. This was of course a huge marketing factor for the Amiga 2000 to be able to market it as a machine that would be able to run MS-DOS software right from the beginning. Yeah, the Bridgeboards were available when the machine was available. I've shown you the 1986 copyright on it. So the whole package was available right from the release of the Amiga 2000. I think that's one of the most intelligent decisions at that point in time that Commodore made ever, probably. So we have to get rid of one of these covers here. Just cleaning these connectors here. And I think I also want to put some contact cleaner in them, just for good measure. Although I've cleaned this board before. This is a tight fit, actually. Okay. No, there we are. We're in. So obviously we have to route these cables. Okay. Screw goes back in. Okay, now to find out whether this works or not, and if it's recognized by the system at all. Didn't blow up, which is a good sign. Takes a while. Yeah, there we are. That's a good sign. Okay. Now we have to install the software. Yeah, so this turned out to be a bit of a problem, because obviously this original disk I have was made for earlier Kickstart versions. I have Kickstart 3.1.4 in here, And this was designed for Kickstarter 1.3 and 1.2, I guess. So yeah, at that point, 1988 is the date, so it was probably aimed at Kickstart 1.3, which was the most recent version back then. However, there are new versions available online, and I managed to download the latest version for these cards that Commodore released, and they renamed it Amiga Janus, actually. This is version 2.1 from the early 90s, and this is designed for Kickstart 2, so chances are that it's going to work on Kickstart 3.1.4 as well. We're going to find out. What about README first? Should always read READMEs. Okay, this is for A2088 is the one we have, the XT bridge board. Yeah, there's also two AT versions, as I mentioned previously. First step in using your emulator is to install the hardware. We did that. Follow the hardware instruction section in your users.
And oh, I'm live already, and I've been live for 12 minutes. Oh, apparently so. Oh, okay. OBS has been running all this time, and as has Euro Truck Simulator, so great. Well, I've done one delivery, so let's do another one, shall we? And this time, there's going to be no Fs, no bugs. It's just going to be all good, and I'm not going all the way to... No. That's also really far away. No. Mannheim... I mean, Glasgow is closer than Mannheim. But is there anywhere... Cambridge, there we go. That I think that's a better journey. There we go. So... I don't know where it's gone, and it's a big jug with water in it, but my water jug has gone missing. So instead I'm going with a bit of fortified water. Galahad. It is refreshingly excellent. The stream is brought to you by the German government and Aldi. Oh, that's better. I was a bit thirsty. Yep, the engine's on. Alright, so off I go. Take the parking brake off. And away we go. So yeah, what was I doing? Oh, it's a lot lighter now that I've got the software installed. I changed the sensitivity or the force from 100 to 85%, so it's... yeah, it's nice. Oh, look, big Christmas presents, yay. Alright, so we're here, and now let's pop the head out the window, have a look. Not a good angle. I will admit that. It's not the best angle, but I can get around that. Obviously not on the first attempt. So just go forward a bit. Why am I in second gear? And put it in reverse. Let's try it again. Brumming around in my lorry around Europe, it's a Scania. Do, 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 Brumming around. Now I'm going to attach the trailer to my Scania. And I should have had an engine service. I'll do it when I'm in Cambridge, and I'll try not to crash into people this time because I've had a bath and I had a lot of water to drink, so I'm feeling better. Don't see anything on the left, and I'm just going to say, that's yeah. Just trying to remind myself, what road do I come out on? I wasn't sure for a minute and hesitated. Anyway, let's get up to speed. Come on, brum 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 brum. Brum 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 brum. Mr. Lorry Driver Man, bring me my Xbox. It's coming up to Christmas and I want to play God of War. Is it Gods of War or is it God of War? What's that game of Kratos in it? I think it's God of War. I ordered it at the beginning of December, Mr. Lorry Driver Man. Bring me my TV. I want to watch Friends, otherwise my wife will be unhappy. Ah, that's what I pressed. Okay, there we go. Just have another sip. Barley water. That's what it is, right? It's fermented. I mean, we all know how good fermented food's good for you, right? Like pumpernickel, sauerkraut, kimchi, yogurt. It's all good for you, right? If you ferment something, it's good for you. And it's like, yeah, we too are a fan of fermented foods in Great Britain. We call it beer. Yes. You know what? If you're feeling fancy, there's even fermented honey. We call it mead. Or, and this is if you're feeling proper rural, you can have fermented apple juice. We call it cider. Or for some reason, the Americans call it hard cider because apparently to them, apple juice is known as cider. Or apple cider, just to make sure it's doubly redundant. And hey, we got a bit of sunshine. So one of the things which has been disappointing me is it seems I and everybody else with the money to wants to buy a graphics card, and the graphics card companies really like this, so they're just like, oh, that thing that was £500, yeah, we're going to charge £800 for it now. So I've been looking on eBay, trying to buy last generation technology, which would be more than good enough, as well I've got the card in my system is 5 years old, and it'll run this game fine at 1080, but one of the things it will do, which I am interested in trying, is the you can do super sampling. You can say, I want the game to run internally at this resolution, but understand that my monitor is 1920 by 1080 pixels, so it will render it down, and it does result in a sharper image, even though your hardware physically can't display it. So that would be of benefit to me. But the main reason I want to get it is because I'd like to enjoy Cyberpunk not on low settings. I'd like to see it on medium or even, dare I say it, high. Roscoff. Good load of cadeaux for les Anglais. So yeah, if you're watching this now, I did a previous bit beforehand and I thought, well, we got 15 of these deliveries to deliver all around Europe. But I was annoyed, and when you mustn't drive angry. If you do, mistakes get made, and I did have an accident earlier. And the other thing is, it's not nice listening to me saying them rude words, what I would never normally say. So now I have a nice relaxing bath, and had a bit of food. It always helps to have some breakfast, and I've done some cooking. and speeding 20 miles an hour faster than the speed limit, or 20 kilometres. Actually, can I just about... 145. I think that's a bit cheaper than the UK. Let's just have a look. It says I can do... It's not giving me... It estimates I could do another 669 kilometres. I'll just buy a garage in Cambridge if I don't have one already. Okay, engine's on. Handbrake off. Oh yeah. Let's lift up those because I don't need that for normal driving. That should help improve my fuel efficiency. And it's 50 kph here, so what am I looking at? That's my score, isn't it? That one there's the high score. Alright, so have that. Roscoff is discovered. Oh, and that does actually show, because the Steam overlay you can't see. I just got an achievement for discovering a place in France I've never been to before. Yeah. But anyway, I want to get myself, and I'm having to... This is the problem. I am emotionally invested in upgrading my computer. I think every enthusiast is, really. I never met someone who's just like, no, you know, got to upgrade it, it's just part of the thing. I've never met someone who's nonchalantly upgraded their computer. I don't think it's possible. So of course I'm emotionally invested in, like, I want that. And the problem is, it means that I have been tempted to buy above my budget before, just so it's like, because I want it now. And then it's like, mate, you're spending way too much. There's even been times when I've physically said out loud, you're spending this much on a graphics card, you're spending this much on the graphics card. And it even got to a point where I got outbid and I was like, I'm just going to bid again because I know this guy is going to bid. And I just want him to spend more money on it. Which is petty. But at the same time, I'm sure the seller appreciated my act of spite. Because I was like, no, you're making this £100 over my budget. So let's keep pushing up. Oh. Have I gone to the wrong bit? Indeed, I've gone to the wrong bit. It's alright. I've reversed with the trailer before. This won't be the first or the last time I've done it. I just hope there's a bit of room here where I can manoeuvre. Let's just keep going forward and hope for the best. Oh, well, it does say ferries. So this is a place where ferries can go, right? What's that then? That to me looks like an entrance. It's a car park. Alright, let's swing her around then. Swing it around. So yeah, I am emotionally invested in upgrading the computer. I want to get it because it's 5 years old now, and it's like it's a 970 GTX, and it is good. I'm very happy with it, but I've now come across something which it can't really do. Well, it can do, but I would like something a bit more capable. So I'm thinking to myself, yeah, 5 years. And then I have to justify, well, okay, if I'm going to do an upgrade every 5 years, then what's a realistic outlay for that? So let's get me lorry in. Seems like I could go in any of these, right? Or I just carry on because they're all gated off. So I'll just go off here, shall I? Where do I go? What's the speed limit? Its speed limit's 30. All right. Well, I'm sort of doing that, and I can use all of these lanes, right? Because no of the other buggers here. Yeah, I'll just use all these lanes. Yeah, Punk Bastardo is saying £400 max, and you're right. Spending more than that, and it's just like you're a muppet. Because why not just... Honestly, why not just spend less money on something and upgrade it more frequently? Because it's not as if what I'm doing is a major ball ache to do. It's literally you unslot something, you slot something else in, and because my card's an NVIDIA one and the one I'm looking to get is also NVIDIA, probably still be able to use the same drivers. One moment, please. Hello. Cheers. You too. Right, so engine off and enter. 7 hours, that's enough time to sleep. Roscoff to Plymouth. I've been to Plymouth before, I was thinking about it this morning. There's the ruins of a cathedral there that got bombed out in World War II. So, windscreen wipers on. And how many Somalians you got in the back of your truck? Wow. I've just been from France, so maybe they're Algerians instead. Anyway, it's I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's a flatbed full of Christmas presents because it's a special season event. I did participate in the last one of this. It was building a new road in Italy, a bridge, and you had to deliver loads of gravel and concrete and various other building materials to the site, while as taking rubble and other things away. And at the time I didn't have decent internet, so I wasn't streaming. But yeah, the other problem as well is being emotionally invested in this and looking on the second-hand market means that I'm sort of having to compete with other people who are willing to spend very silly amounts of money on this stuff. Oh shit, I just realised. It's left hands, driving on the left hand. I've been driving on the wrong side of the road. Oopsie. So far, this don't look like Plymouth that I know. But then again, you could say that of all the cities depicted in Euro Truck Simulator. It don't matter. They've done a pretty good job with what they've done. But as much as I would like a graphics card for Christmas, I've got myself a synth. Well, 2 synths. 4, if I include VCV Bracket and the Casio Vialto. So I got that, and really I should be looking after Christmas, because I reckon a load of people will be selling their used stuff second hands then. Just want to go forward a bit more. Then I go past the job recruiter and that gets marked on my thing. That's good. And yeah, just sort of carry on really. Now I remember there's this big downhill bit, but actually this part of Plymouth does look familiar. But it should be going downhill. So, well, we'll see. Ah, good. My lights are working. And as it's England, you give way to traffic on the roundabout, as opposed to France, where you just do whatever the fuck you like. Ah, I didn't mean to say fuck or bugger, I'm sorry. It's busy. I'm gonna start inching forwards now and see what. Just hope for the best. Yeah, I think I'll be alright. Trailers all lit up with Christmas cheer. Mr. Lorry Driver Man, bring me a TV. I ordered in December, I want to put it under my Christmas tree. And if you get there in time, I'll have an Xbox so I can play a game of crime. Songwriting is not something I find easy to do. But then again, I guess it's like with all things, it comes with experience. And because I think when singing a song, you should tell a story. And if you're not telling a story, then you're just saying gibberish words together because they rhyme. So the important thing is telling a story and making it rhyme. lives in a house like this? Who lives in a house like this? At number 67 lives a nationalist. He's a... no, hang on. He's transvestite. He's a nationalist by day, but a pedo at night. Space. Neighborhood. Great song. Oh, it's... what? It's supposed to be 30 miles an hour here? Okay, I am speeding, but come on. I'm on the dual carriageway, so I can do dual carriageway speeds. No, still 30 miles an hour. Alright, bring it down then. And they're all signalling to go this way, so I too am going to signal to go this way. Ah, now we got the lane narrowing. Yep, this is England, alright. Just overtake all of these guys. Still 48 kilometers an hour. Right, and engage the gear. Oh, you're overtaking me, are you? Mister, I think I'm allowed to accelerate. We'll see about that. No, matey. No. I've got a load of Christmas presents. They're more important than whatever shit you're carrying. Oh, who do you think's going to win this one? We'll see about that. I'm just going to let him know my presence. There, I've alerted him to my presence. Yeah, let's burn that diesel. Burning the diesel. Now engage the cruise control. Ram him, Hobbit. He can't get away with this. Yeah, nah. I would, but if I did, that means then my engine gets damaged. And turns out, the more you ram people, the less likely your lorry is to go. So I'm just going to focus on... oh, Murcielago. That's nice. Oh, it's a very sexy car you got there, sir. Yeah, we're just going to have to arrest you. That's far too loud. I'll just reach for my fermented drink. Barley, hops and water. Yep, it's good stuff, that is. That is a tight corner. Right, so heading towards Cambridge. And I'm sure my main beams go brighter than that. One moment, please. I've updated the game, so of course it's disabled the front and roof auxiliary, so we'll enable those. There we go. Now, that should cause temporary blindness to all oncoming traffic. I filled up my jug with water in and for some reason I can't seem to find it. That's annoying. But anyway, I don't know how long it's going to take me to do this. I mean, if I'm going from the west to the east of England, it's probably going to take me an hour or so. So after which I'm going to go to the kitchen and just check on the cooking, and if it ain't ready, then yeah. And so this is the thing, you may be thinking, oh Hobbit, why are you hogging the middle lane? Because this is actually the outside lane. I know you may be thinking, no, that's lane 2, and you should get into... is that lane 1? Well, it's the outside lane. But no, this is what would actually be the slip lane for a junction. So I need to get here, and this is effectively lane 1 of the motorway. Because junctions in this game, the world map is compressed, it's 1 to 15th scale, so the junctions happen fairly often. So if I was to go on the outside lane, I'd be weaving in and out of traffic, which results in crashed vehicle offences and damage to the payload, and I don't want that. So you know what? This is the right lane for me. So we're just going to keep on this and amble along. And also the nice thing about being in the middle lane is if I see anyone trying to overtake me, I can close the door on them. Because nobody gets before the Christmas presents. I mean, don't you realise what I'm doing here is I'm helping Father Christmas? And you want to get in my way? Do you want the children to cry? Are you that much of a monster? No, clearly not. So, we're just gonna carry on and... Oh, I think I can... No, we need a little bit of windscreen wiping. Oh, and it says go down to 80. Alright, so down to 80 we go. And it says I can do a 97 now, so back to 90 I go. Which is 56 miles an hour to you and I. But yeah, I want a new graphics card and it's consuming my thoughts, and I tell you what, it is affecting my mood. I tried to do some music last night, and admittedly I was sober. And when I'm sober, it's like trying to do some exercise when you haven't properly limbered up, and your muscles are stiff and it won't stretch the right way. And okay, there is a little bit of my fire. Just one moment. Just do that, right? Well, I've got embers. But embers aren't going to warm me up. Honestly, I mean, as much as it's romantic to have a fireplace, it's a pain in the ass. It's like, oh, it's so romantic. Yeah, it's really romantic when you can't get the fire going and you're cold. I was curious to see if there's any like gas hybrid systems where you get a fireplace and it's got a mains gas vent, so you could just have it as a gas fire and you put your wood or your coal into it, don't even bother kindling, and it's just, you've got flamethrower in there which gets it lit, and then you can turn the gas off. But turns out apparently that's a bad idea, so it's not done. But there are hybrid electric systems. I have seen a very domesticated gas stove where... electric stove, where it has a heat gun and it will just blast hot air into your fireplace until whatever kindling you got in there smoulders and lights. I've started eating oranges and pomelos especially because they got a massive oily pith, and I just put them on top of the stove so that it draws out the moisture, which smells good too, and they are good firelighters. Tell you what's not a good firelighter though is mine. It needs some gas, but I don't have any gas, so I'll have to get some gas. I'm trying to use an electric lighter to get it going, but it's a bit too thick. Ah, this will burn. Some days it's like this, unfortunately. Bugger, that's out of it. Come on, I want to be warm. One moment, please. I'm going to have to go for some matches. Oh, I've got a lighter. Well, the way that's smouldering, it's going to burst into flames if I'm patient, but I am impatient. Well, I suppose in the meantime I could be talking about Cyberpunk. You know, Cyberpunk's a really good game. Not if you've got a console. Yep, Cyberpunk's a good game. One of the things I like about it is, I didn't understand, I thought Keanu Reeves was going to be an NPC, but it turns out he is an NPC, but he's a voice which lives inside your head after a mishap, let's say. And Keanu enjoyed the game so much that he elected to do a lot more dialogue for the game than what was asked for. So there's just a lot of him appearing in even like small missions where he'll suddenly appear and just like offer his opinion on what you're doing. Well, let's just say probably when you get like a PS5 or the Xbox 720S, no, it'll be called an X2, won't it? Because it's the Xbox One, so now it'll be called the Xbox 2, or the Xbox 360 times 2, or the Xbox, whatever they're going to call their new Xbox. When you get one of those, it'll be worth playing. Or if you get a PC like mine, you can play it already. On low settings, but it's actually playable at low settings. I'm getting like 20 to 30 frames a second, which is not good, but it is playable. And so far I found the game enjoyable enough where I want to keep on playing it. So that's something, right? What the hell's wrong with this lighter? It's just deformed. Anyway, at least it's... oh, bugger, it's gone out again. Oh, fuck me. Come on, get lit. That's it. You know you want a light. There's plenty of smoke coming out from this. But flames, that is... I'm not asking too much, am I? Come on, give me some fire. Ah, there we go. Plastic, the firelighter's friend. Whenever someone has a go at me for burning plastic, it's like, well, you realise I burn coal. Actors will end up obsolete soon. The likeness in games now is amazing. Well, we saw not Peter Cushing in the new Star Wars film when he's been dead for a long time. And the family of, well, the estate of Peter Cushing, quite rightly are trying to sue Disney, saying, well, you're using the likeness of our ancestor Peter Cushing in your film, and if you're using his likeness, then you pay. And they're saying, no, we're not. It's just coincidental that the character Grand Moff Tarkin represents, is played by Peter Cushing. Their likeness is purely coincidental. And in fact, it's not Peter Cushing, but a CGI representation based on the model of Grand Moff Tarkin. But yeah, I mean, this is one of the reasons I'm excited about getting a new graphics card, so I can play rather than on low settings on Cyberpunk, I can play on high settings. And I got to say, it's probably one of the best games I've ever pirated, and I think when it goes on sale for 30 quid, I'm going to be getting it because it's worth the money. In terms of an open world, it's far more detailed and interesting than GTA's universe. The story is a lot more engaging as well. I mean, there's characters in it, well, I know, they're all black and lesbian, but ignoring that, the characters in it, they're a lot more engaging. And there's a lot of Chinkies in it too, you know, there's some Japs. So I like the characters a lot more. Whereas the characters in GTA, well, especially the story, all apart from the meth head, I wanted to die. And the meth head, I wanted him to die fighting the police. But the rest of them are just absolute fucking shitheads. And the only one who sort of like represent like, you know, this is what a typical like GTA criminal will be once he's got a family, and his children are absolute shitheads. I wanted him to kill them as well. You know, he just starts taking meth with whatever the meth head's name is. Trevor, that's it. But I'd say both GTA 5 and Cyberpunk are quite similar in that they're both open world games. But the Cyberpunk's got some roleplay elements in it, so you can progress your character, level up, and you can invest skill points in unlocking certain abilities, which means you've got different ways of approaching a situation. And because of my low frame rates, I've been going with a stealth build so I can not engage in combat, because aiming so far is a chore. Mind you, I seem to have come across a double-barreled shotgun in the game with smart projectiles, so as long as I've got a lock on the enemy, all the pellets fired by the shotgun will just go towards them. So it takes a lot of the... and then I bought the subsequent cybernetic implant, which allows the smart projectiles to aim at what I'm looking at. So that takes a lot of the chore out of aiming. But yeah, when I got this a system which can actually play it the way it was meant to be played, it's going to be an interesting experience, that's for sure. So I'm definitely looking to, because so far I've been playing it as a corpo cunt, but I think next time I play the game I'll try it as a nomad or a street gang, because I think street gang's the true way you should play Cyberpunk. But I just like the idea of starting off with the corporation, you know, and you have your fall from grace, and then you become a mercenary solo. You know, let's get ourselves back up to speed once we burn the fuel to get up this hill. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Hey, no. Ah, missed it. I'll have to be quicker on the... I was looking more at my speedo than I was at the road. I'll have to be quicker on the draw next time. Did you rate Death Stranding? I watched people... Oh, hang on. Focus on the road. I watched people play Death Stranding, but it didn't look... it didn't look fun. I mean, I'm sure some people will say, oh, I've played the game and I enjoyed it a lot, and that's good, but... I just seem to be quite glad that there's this AAA game that's come out, I enjoy it, and everyone else seems to be like shitting on it from a great height, and I'm just thinking to myself, well, I've played the game. Mostly I wanted to play it because I wanted to see it for myself, like, you know, what the art's inside, and the art is like suitably degenerate, as you would expect from a cyberpunk game. But it's quite beautiful in a way. It's very, very Blade Runner-esque. I mean, Blade Runner was and Hardwired were both two big influences in the game, so you could see that a lot. I mean, that's why you got yourself a Japantown, and a lot of prominent characters are Japanese, and Arisaka Corporation is the main bad guy in this plot, which I'm not sure I agree with, yes or no, but it doesn't really matter. What would be nice though, and I'm hoping this would be like an expansion, not sure how they do it, but like a standalone content where it's still set in Night City, but you're not playing the character of V, because you kind of sort of railroaded into this story of corporate espionage and intrigue, which ain't too interesting really. I would just like to see one about like a street gang, and you as a street gang, you're taking over businesses, and maybe, I don't know enough about the law to say, oh yeah, and you do this, or you uncover this little thing. But I would like, I'm just hoping more stories in the same world. And I haven't even, like, I don't know how much of the story I've explored already, but it is fun the amount of dialogue that Keanu Reeves has done in the game. So he seems to have really taken to the project, and I think in the years to come, when it gets all the patches and people have the next generation of consoles, because I imagine most people will be playing on console, they'll see this game and go, oh yeah, it's really good, and then plus they'll be getting it for like 30 quid instead of £70. So it'll be, you'll get all the bugs patched out, and the game will be really good value for money. I've always had this thing about never being an early adopter of any games or technology. Let all the other people pay full price to be bug testers, and you just get a finished product for a discounted price. But after all the hype, I was just like, no, I've got to try this game myself, and I've really been enjoying it. Only thing I would say is, due to the adult, mature nature of the content, it's not something I could stream on YouTube. I'll have a look at that, see if other people have been streaming on YouTube, or where they do stream it, or how they address certain issues, because, I mean, spoiler alert, but there is a bit where you're in a brothel and you're making use of the facilities, and that's part of the story, so yeah, there's that. Oh, I assume you're talking about Death Stranding. It's a constant struggle, but that's what makes it great. I mean, one of the game mechanics in it, which I found was a real turn off, to the point where I don't even want to try it, is there is combat. You can use your gun, but any time you kill someone, it increases the chance of the inky blobs coming up from pools of water and killing you. So that the more combat you do, the more dangerous the game becomes. I mean, that could actually be fun. It could be to a point where it's like, yeah, I've got loads of ammo, and you know, I'm a bullet sponge, so let's do it, bring it on, hurt me plenty. But it's like the game's punishing you for playing it in the way you'd want to play it. So I don't know. I mean, I've watched people play it, and it's just like, it doesn't look like my cup of tea. That's why I like Cyberpunk, because I feel like you actually get shit done, and you feel like you're progressing, and you get better gear, and you go back to certain areas where you got your ass handed to you on a chrome platter, and you come back and suddenly like you are death incarnate, and it's pretty good actually. It's just nice, like, I'm going to get an upgrade, I'm going to come back and I'm going to kill you. Oh, another more roadworks, more 30 miles an hour, bollocks to it. I'm just not even going to bother because, what, you expect me to put the brake on and accelerate? No, that's going to ruin my fuel efficiency. I'm trying to improve it as we speak, but, you know, it is a struggle. Wait a second. You shoot rubber bullets at humans and blood at the ghosts. Why do you shoot rubber bullets at them? Why not shoot lead bullets? You see, again, they're just like, it's a game sort of built from the ground up where you don't have combat. It's like, where's the shotgun? Where's the minigun? Where's the anti-personnel grenade? Whereas in Cyberpunk, you've got these. I came across them recently and thought, gosh, anti-personnel grenade. Alright, try it. It's a grenade that when you throw it, bounces up in mid-air, and then it spins around like a disco mirror ball, with shooting laser beams which slice people up. And I was like, cool. Alright, I'm going to have to play more with those then. Oh, yeah. Yeah, great fun. I think probably the most fun I've had in the game is because I have been going on a sort of stealth netrunner build, is I hack into enemy network, take control of their cameras, and then when you control the cameras you can still have all your hacking abilities. So one of the things I've been using is a program called Contagion, which causes people's implants to start poisoning them, and from that I've just been able to go into entire bases and wipe people out. And now that I'm sufficiently high level in it, the contagion will spread like a virus. It will replicate and go to other nearby people. So I've been able to wipe out entire rooms just by uploading this virus into them. And then I go into them and it's just like, oh, I don't even have to be stealthy here because you're all dead. And you can use contagion on robots, but it doesn't really work that well. But you can use overheat, which works a lot better. Well, there's programs where you can blind people's optics, cripple their movement, cause their weapons to glitch. The weapon glitch is a bit useless because all they do is just reload and then a second later they're shooting you again. But being able to blind someone is really good if you want to sneak up behind them and give them some emergency chiropractic. You know, in all those stealth games, so you go up someone's neck and you make the sort of crick sounds as you turn them to face you. Emergency chiropractic. Just having a sip of my drink. This is Thirsty Work, is this delivery job. Move the microphone away because I need to drink. Right. I don't know where I put my water, so I've been drinking fermented water instead. You know, one which has been infused with barley and hops for added vitamins. Hey, I know what you're trying to do. No. As a bad car driver, these Christmas presents are more important than wherever you got to go, mate. Oh, and it's 50 miles an hour here. Let's bring it down a bit more. There we go. Now that's 50. And is it uphill all the way to Cambridge? It seems like it. Death Stranding's a sturdy 11 out of 10. Well, okay. It didn't look fun to me. That's all I'll say. Whereas a Cyberpunk, I didn't really know much about it, but I was curious and I gave it a punt, and it took a couple of hours to download. It took longer to decompress the files. Well done, Codex, by the way, for releasing Cyberpunk in a very playable state. It took longer for me to decompress it. It took about 4 hours to decompress it, whereas it only took a couple of hours to download 55 gigabytes. But yeah, when it goes on sale, because I'm not spending 50 quid on the game, when it goes on sale at a reasonable price, I am going to buy it because I think they deserve my money for what they've done. They've done a good job, and I, for one, looking forward to playing a version of the game with patches in it, so I could do a stealth tutorial if I felt so inclined. Because That was one of the first bugs in the game, is you get offered various tutorials about how to do things in the game, and thought, alright, I'll do the optional stealth tutorial, and tried to do it, and it's just, no, wouldn't run in progress. I watched other people, video playthroughs of them doing it, and I was like, okay, well, I've done exactly what they've done there, but nothing's happened. So yeah, we'll be, especially seeing as I've learned all that stuff about stealth now I've played in the game. It'd be interesting to apply that into it. But also I like the concept that it's a game about hacking. So I hacked myself a free copy, and then I hacked cheats into it, so I gave myself a whole bunch of credits from the start. Yeah. So I just passed this bloke in his MAN lorry. Why do they always insist on calling it MAN? Why can't they just say it's MAN? And how long have we got to go? Because I'm getting bored. 39 kilometres, that's not far at all. Almost there. That's about 30 miles, isn't it? 1.6 kilometre to a mile? Yeah. Not far at all. I want to check on my cooking. I don't want the I've put it all in the oven so that it can roast or bake, and I don't want it to get burnt. Right, I've got to get there, so mate, let me in. Let me in, let me in, let me in. I'm going in. We'll just put the brake on there. I really hope SCS Software, which makes this game, just has a look at England and goes, yeah, those junctions are bullshit. We're going to make them bigger, because those are the tightest high-speed corners in the game, and it's ridiculous. Literally, like, why have you bothered with this? This is terrible. I hate this. And it's to the point where I don't even like going to the UK in this game, because they just make it such a ball ache to do. I swear, all of this is uphill. I've been going uphill all this time. I'm pretty sure England is not like, oh yeah, when you go from west to east, it's uphill. And I'm calling bollocks on that. Let's engage the cretin brake a bit more. And a bit more. There, doing 50 now. Or 80 kph, but yeah. Speeding offence. Fucking speeding offence. Oh, I'm supposed to be doing 30 now. Oh, fuck's sake. Cunts. Alright, I'm doing 30 now. You happy, bastard? Right, nothing coming there. Oh, there's a car coming there, but it's going to have to wait. Ah, that's alright. It's on the different lane anyway. No! Christmas presents come first. Father Christmas needs all the help he can get. Oh, I've just shot past the thing. Alright. Never mind. Oh, they put Cambridge... It's Cambridge Cathedral. Isn't that nice? Get in first gear. Inch forward a bit more, bit more. I want your monies. Well, you're going to give me anything in exchange for money? You're going to give me... I'll tell you what, I'll give you £350 for a GeForce 2080. I think that's a fair deal. That's what I'm prepared to pay for one. It's ridiculous on eBay. I saw one which was clearly broken and had like visible bend in the middle. It's like, yeah, there's no way that's going to work. So it was being sold for parts, and I believe that auction finished on about £300. And it's like, you're buying a broken piece of shit, but There's even been like cases on people on eBay where they're putting bits on like a photograph of my PS5. It's like, you will be getting an A4 printout of this photograph of my PlayStation 5, and people are bidding on it. You know what they say, a fool and his money are soon parted. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. It wants me to go over there. Alright, I can do this. This shouldn't be too... but I will need to sit up and concentrate, so... microphone, don't touch it there. That's a very delicate part I was touching and could have damaged it. And then I still got a bit of fuel. How much fuel do I have left? No. What button? Ah, that's the button. Excuse me. I've got 146 litres left. I've just figured out what I'm going to do with that button I said wasn't being used for anything. Oh yeah. Let's engage the extra steering wheels. Right, extra steering wheels have engaged. That's why my lorry came to an abrupt judder. There we go. So do that there. Oh yes, I like the bright lights. That makes things all the better. And that's it. Right, disengage the trailer. There we go. Excellent. There we go. And now, am I going to gain a level? I'm level 20. Continue. So I've got all my ADR training. I could do eco driving. That'll improve. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do eco driving. That'll improve my fuel efficiency. Right, so let's do job market, external contracts. Where are we going to go? No, we're not going to do any of that. I'm going to go to the garage in Cambridge and purchase it. Well, I'll go to that one. Anyway, I'll do that later. Just one moment, please. I'm going to go, hey, that fire's there. It was about fucking time. Coca-Cola Xmas lorry. Or the Pfizer truck. Yep, medical vaccines are one of those things I can transport. Which is why I needed the AGR certification. But I'm just going to check on my cooking, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Almost ready. Almost ready. Nearly there. So if you're watching this wondering what's happening, well, I've just been to the kitchen to check on my cooking, and yep, the shepherd's pie I did is nice and roasted, so out of the oven it goes. And kitchen's busy at the moment, so I'm going to leave it for a few minutes. Bit of cake. Bland. And I found my water jug. Oh yeah, that's right. Options, keys and buttons, and then I for information, PCI, that's it, dashboard display mode. So next button, that joystick button 7. There we go. Now all the buttons on my joystick, as it calls it, are all assigned to something useful. Now I need to go and get the vehicle serviced, so that'll be my first port of call. Let's go along here. Then over here. Is that not the voice of a svelte racist? Yes. Who lives in a house like this? Who lives in a house like this? A number 67 Burkhall Road. No, it needs to scan. A number 67 Burkhall Road. He's a woman by day and a man at night. Nah, it doesn't need all the extra. A number 67 lives a nationalist. No, a transvestite. He's a nationalist by day, but a pedo at night. Oh, welcome to my beautiful neighborhood. Come to my beautiful neighborhood. Swing it right round, and I believe it's a purchased garage. So let's go and fill up. Hey, let's go fill up. Give me some of that sweet, sweet diesel. Oh yeah. Right. So, handbrake on, engine off, and let's refill her. Fill her all up. Diesel. That's it. That's your lot. So let's have a look at the job market. Some external contracts. What we got? We got gifts. I can go all the way to Finland. No, I want something. Gold fetch. That does not sound like a Frenchman. Clermont, Rennes. That looks a bit better. But I want something. Bourges. Yeah, let's go to Bourges. Let's do that then. Then I'm going to have myself a slice of shepherd's pie. Oh yeah, oh that would be lovely. I'm glad I'm staying out of all the drama on the street. You're missing out on all the fun, mate. I mean, there's going to be a lot of juicy content for Sunday's show, that's for sure. Who lives in a... He lives in a house, a very large house with a pedo. Such a rural farm with domestic charm with a pedo. Oh, I wish I could come up with more lyrics here, but you know what? It doesn't. Does it need it? I mean, writing an entire song is difficult, and songwriting is not my forte. I can come up with a few. This is the thing, you see. Back when I used to go to school, I used to go to Catholic school. Oh, so I did, so I am. I went to Catholic school. And you see, every Thursday we'd have hymn practice. Oh, to be sure, we had hymn practice. You know, be practicing the hymns. What we doing for? And so we'd go and have our mass on Fridays. So we did. And it was a very, very enlightening, because I tell you now, I have a confession to make, Father. You see, I used to go and change some of the lyrics to the hymns. I used to get bored with them, so I would say, "Oh, Mary gentle one, teach us how to lick your bum." "Oh, Mary gentle one, teach us how to lick it clean." One of the times, one of the teachers, she heard me singing the song, and I got in trouble. She says, "That's not very holy now." I said, "Yes, it is. There's a hole right in your bum." I got spanked for that. But point being is, boredom is the mother of invention, and when you're bored saying the same songs over and over again, so I think really the practice to songwriting is, I'm just going to keep singing to myself, "Who lives in a house like this? Who lives in a house like this?" Just sing over and over to myself until I come up with my own lyrics. I mean, that's how it works, right? Roll, run, learn not to care. Yeah, caring is gay. Apparently I should have been sleeping. Never mind. I'll do that next. Right. Was being asked about candle making, so yeah, it's like, all right, thanks. I've just got the vehicle serviced, and never mind. These things happen. Okay, so now if I press this button, hey, it works. I mean, it shouldn't come as a surprise now when I press a button it does what I've programmed it to do, but it does come as a surprise to me that, hey, the thing you've just programmed to happen, happened. So, I like... Oh, fuck off, I'm not speeding. Yeah, alright, I'm doing 10 miles an hour faster than the speed limit, but why is it 30 miles an hour here? We're on country roads, mate. Look, it says 50. No, but you sped up 2 yards before the sign, so I'm gonna do you. And unfortunately, that does happen. Let's get up to speed. Come on, come on, come on. You know, I just realised I've been doing all of this stuff, right? Haven't brought up the wheels. Fuck, I'm gonna have to brake suddenly. Look how tight that corner... Oh, I don't like that. You become a lot more self-conscious of how tight a corner is when you're in a long vehicle. Slow, you're very slow, I don't like it. Speed up, go faster. Come on, let's get her up to speed. There we go. 9th to 12th gear, the way it should be. And lean back in chair, bring microphone over to me, and let us settle in for a journey to and from another place. What are you saying there? Unfortunately, there's a bend in the road, so I won't be able to read it just yet. See, this is why I really like a driver's mate. But so far no one has expressed interest in, oh Hobbit, next time you do a driving stream, can I, join in and offer some commentary and can read out the comments for you. What's that? What's those words you're saying there? I picture you looking like that. Shall we see? Hang on. Shall we see big boned? See the big bird chap on the chase. I do know that game show. Yeah, I've heard of it, but I've never actually watched it. I've only ever heard it because I don't watch the telly myself. But I know like the presenter on it. He says like potato, and he says it's time for the chase. And then there's one called the Governor, and they're all incredibly fat. Well, I say they're all incredibly fat. If you go back 30 years, these people have been described as incredibly fat. But in 2020, 30 years ago, it would have been 1990. Yeah, okay, that still stands. Yeah, but in this present year, they just look, well, that's just average, isn't it? I mean, it's average to have someone as wide as they are tall. Yes, it's the natural evolution of humanity to be as wide as they are tall, so no longer do they walk, but they roll. Oh dear. How did we get so fucking fat? I don't know. But I do have a very, very deep voice. I know this to be true, and it has been much to my chagrin as I've been not been able to sing as a soprano as I once was when prior to my testicles going south, going on the lower latitudes. No, you see, it's all very rumbling basso, and it's good in bass section of the choir. But let's face it, no one really cares for the bass section. Baritones hardly get a look-see. They all care about the tenors and the sopranos. Those steal the limelight in the shows. Us bassos are just consigned to the orchestra pit. Yes. And the other thing about singing, just like any other muscle, if you don't use it, you lose it. And I know how wobbly my voice is when singing, because I listen back to myself when I'm playing the theme tune, singing the theme tune, and I was trying to sing along to the Coronation Street theme tune, which I played myself, and it's like, oh dear, your voice was terrible there. And it's like, oh god, I'm listening to it. But the point is, I realise if Bob Dylan can publish his fucking music and his voice sounds as abysmal as he does, or who's that one who sung Elijah Clay? Was that Nick Cave? I mean, if people like them, Leonard Cohen, he's another one with a terrible singing voice. If people like Bob Dylan and Leonard Cohen can sing, then you know what? It's not a matter of talent, it's a matter of just the ability to put your music out there and not care that you have a terrible voice. So, yeah. I mean, there's even... I don't understand it. I think it's completely mental. There's even people that's like, I think Bob Dylan's the best singer-songwriter in the world. It's like, no, he's not. I mean, if you look at the contemporaries like Simon and Garfunkel, they're way better than he is. I mean, who was the one who sung Bright Eyes? Bright eyes, burning like fire. Oh, that song makes me tear every time I hear it, so I'm not going to go any further than that. But he was much, much better at singing that. Wow. God, can you imagine how terrible Bright Eyes would be if Bob Dylan was singing it? Bright eyes, burning like fire. No, it makes me cry, but for bad reasons. It's not good. No, it's not. No, it's, oh, God. I'm cringing just thinking about it. Oh, I'm so glad he's dead, and this will never happen. Oh, God. Hobbit was anti-Semitic. He said he's glad Bob Dylan's dead. Yes, so that he could never have done a copy of Bright Eyes by, was it Art Garfunkel? I don't know who it was. Who is it? Well, you're saying something, and wait a second. Got to pull in and have a sleep. So let's pull in and sleep. Don't need any SO. Is it here? Yeah, I saw parking. Alright. And let's just pull over on one of these. Hey, it's nice and sunny, so I'll just park up there. Handbrake on, lights off, and engine off, have a kip. So now, what we doing? What we saying? We're saying 1990 is 10 years ago in my boomer mind. Yeah, 1990 doesn't seem that long ago to me. So it sounds like a choir, looks like a choir, must be a choir. It's the quality of the lyrics, Hobbit, not the voice, lol. Listen to Dylan Hard Rain. I like a lot of Dylan Shoot Me. That, my friend, is blowing in the wind. That is blowing in the wind, wavy. Yeah, no. I'm sorry, I can't. How many rounds must the railway go down before his people will be free? Just no. It's like nails on a blackboard. It's just, oh god, it's fucking horrible. I can't. I mean, I know the lyrics to some of his songs, but because with a voice like that, it's kind of like it's like fucking butcher's nails in my mind. How could you forget? Oh, it's not pleasant. It is not pleasant. No. You're entitled to your opinions, by the way, but you're all wrong. Point being is, yeah, it's not about the quality of the voice, it is about the lyrics, but that said, is it though? Because I tell you what, Bananarama, those songs were nothing special, but the way they sung them, and then later on with Shakespeare's Sister, because that's the same singer, those songs are brilliant. I love those songs. I can't remember what any of the songs are about. Stand by me? Abide by me? Stay with me, I think that's what one of them was. But it's just the quality of the scene there was, just I get goosebumps just thinking about the bit where she's doing the high-pitched squealing, and being able to do that and not for it to sound like a cat being strangled, that's talent. Oh yeah. I used to fancy her, I didn't even know what she looked like, it's like, just based on the voice alone, and then I saw her later and it's like, oh yeah, she's alright. And then my dad says, oh yeah, I know her, Siobhan, whatever her name was. Yeah, she was in Bananarama. So I started listening to Bananarama, and it was just like, this music's terrible, but her voice is so good. Lisa Gerrard's another one. She used to be in Dead Can Dance, and she's done music for Gladiator, as well as, what's the other one called? Rome Total War, back in 2003. Yeah, that's a good one, that is. Right, so, got that. Cruise control set right. That looks good. That looks fine. That looks fine. There we go, that's the one I want. Hobbit prefers Rihanna to Dylan. Wow, just wow. You'll have to list some examples of what her songs are. I don't know Rihanna. Remember the time you came around my house and unironically put on Umbrella by Rihanna? Umbrella by Rihanna. You know what? I can't play it now because it's on my thing. Wait a second, hang on. Is this because I was listening to Dead Can Dance and they were doing the cover of Diamonds? Because that song, the original, is shit. But then the version by Deaf in Rome is... No, it's not Deaf in Rome, it's... Yeah, it is Deaf in Rome. Deaf in Rome's a parody act of Deaf in June. And they've done like, I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. I like it. It's like if Nick Cave decided to have fun. And Umbrella by Rihanna. Did I put that song on so that I could annoy Brutus? Because that sort of sounds like the sort of like, yeah, I don't like this, but I'm going to pretend I do just to wind you up. Yeah. And hang on. I'll get in the train and I'll read out what you're saying there. Just got to get past. Oh, this fucking coach. He's going slower than I am, bastard. Got to bring it down as I felt my the engine was struggling. That's the nice thing having a steering wheel is you do get some feedback. It's like, oh yeah, it's rumbling. Okay, fuck me. Okay, it's not meant to be, is it? Fuck. All right, now let's read some comments. And the most broken game of last decade compared to the most polished and innovative. The most broken game of the last decade compared to the most polished and innovative. Coach for the joggers taking them to their 4-star hotels. Yes, yes indeed. Well, I guess this case of presence is just going to stay in the UK. I'm not going to abandon it. No, I've never abandoned a contract, so let's just try that again. Fuck. Right, is it F5? No. Ah, that's the one. Oh, there's only 1% damage to the payload, so it should be okay. Let's turn it to the service, so I'm going to Dover. Maybe I can just do a small delivery to Calais or something. Just, I really want to focus on trailer reversing. But if you notice, the trailer's gone now. Somebody else has had it. Hey, but at least my iron brew didn't spill. That's good. So, oh, I've only got 6 million euros left. Oh, that hurts. Oh, it's going to be a while before I buy any more garages. Let's take a job. So we're in Dover. Oh, Dover's just that, is it? Okay, cool. Quick job. And oh no, this quick job's. Oh, I see. Quick jobs. You also get like a lorry provided for you as well. Yeah. That was it. I remember when I was first playing this game, and I was like, even before buying a garage or my own lorry, I just was doing quick jobs to save up enough money for it. It's like I'm not gonna get a loan. Oh, I got a heartburn. Must be from the chili. Anyway, job market, external contracts, Estonia. Yeah, I'll pass. No. Lyon, that's still far away, and I really want my dinner, so Amsterdam. Let's go to Amsterdam, yeah? Oh yeah. But I could go to Le Havre, which is even closer, and it means I don't have to go in disgusting fucking Netherlands. Did I ever mention the Dutch are scum? Because, you know, the Dutch are scum. Yeah? Dutch are scum. What's your favourite sandwich hobby? A big fat gum? You know what? When I had this job when I was in a call centre, and what I would do is I'd boil up a gammon, and I would slice that, and then I'd have a big thick, I say big thick slice, well it was certainly thick enough to satisfy me, and I'd have some lettuce and tomato and mayonnaise with it. Sometimes I put lemon juice or pepper if I felt fancy, but I'd have gammon, lettuce and tomato sandwiches, and I had nice crusty bread with it. Oh, and I used to love that. I used to make 2 big sandwiches, and that used to be my lunch. That's all I'd have in the 8 hours. So just wait for that. Change. Right, let's go and pick up the gifts, and hopefully this time I won't go too fucking far. Oh no, we don't say those words. You're a live hobbit. Don't say fuck or bugger. There we go. Some holiday cheer is what we're delivering. Oh, and you have been on the naughty list. You said fucking bugger on the show. Oh fuck, I said bugger. Oh bugger, I said fuck. It's very naughty. No, don't do it. You'll be upsetting the children and the reindeer. Hey, this is another thing as well. Not that I ever get Americans watching my show, but this idea that you leave out a milk and a cookie for Father Christmas, and it's like, it's Father Christmas of like a 5-year-old child or something. He wants sherry and a mince pie. That is what you give Father. I mean, he works hard. He's got to go to all those houses in a year, and you're giving him milk and cookies. It's like, no, you give him a proper stiff drink and a mince pie, and if you really like him, you leave a joint out for him as well. I mean, that's fuck off. Oh, trailer damage. Come off it. Nah, I don't buy that, mate. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Not for 1 second. And I'm in where am I going? Hang on. Let's have a look at this. It's saying I should go out of Dover and go on the Channel Tunnel. Well, I don't think so. I think when I get to there, I'm going to go. It's saying I should go. I'm going to go the opposite way, and I'm going to get on the bloody ferry. I hate the bloody tunnel. I do. I'm going left, not right. I'd much rather go on the ferry. It's nice. There's lifeboats if ever the ship goes down. You can walk around. You got the duty free bit. What have you got on the train? You go on the train. I'll tell you what. You get early for the train. They can't. They will say, oh, okay. You're just gonna shit out of luck. You've got to wait here. You get early for the ferry, and it's just like, well, I see you're going to go to Dunkirk, but there's the ferry to Calais is leaving in 5 minutes. Do you want to get on that one? I said, yeah, sure. And so I've done that before, and they've just put me through. It was brilliant. I mean, it's just because the idea that you well, for a start, you'd never be able to time it perfectly because there's always like roadworks and car crashes and traffic and stuff like that, so you can never time it perfectly. But the idea that you can just get to Dover, get on the ferry, and it's like, do you want to get on the other ferry? It's leaving in like 10, 15, 5 minutes. It literally happened to me once where I got onto the ferry, and as soon as I did, they closed the doors and they were putting up anchor. Fuck! Alright. Oh, there it is. There's the ferry. I had my full brakes on there, but unfortunately I had the clutch on, and that's a bad habit which I need to get out of. Whenever I'm in a heavy braking situation, I put the clutch on so the engine doesn't stall, but in a situation like that, you want the engine to help you brake. Anyway, onto the ferry we go. Oh yeah, this is a familiar situation. Right, turn the windscreen wipers off and go to Calais. 1 hour 31 minutes. That is correct. That is the time it takes. They let anybody drive HGV these days, evidently. It's like, yeah, there's 500,000 job vacancies for HGV drivers. So if you want to be a lorry driver, well, you can't do it now anymore because unfortunately they said DVSA closed all the training. You can't do it. So yeah, no new lorry drivers for the moment, but that will change in the future. I've got to follow these. What happens if I touch the cones? Oh my god, those cones are like solid concrete or something. Fuck me. Oh fuck, I said bugger. If I had a swear jar, I'd be able to afford a £600 graphics card. I'm sorry. In the words of the Virgin Mary, come again? Oh, what? Oh yes, it's welcome to one of those invisible walls. So where the bloody hell am I supposed to go then? I mean, that's got an XXX on it. It's like, alright, okay. Well, where the hell am I supposed to go? I can't go up the ramp. I can't go there. Where am I? Where am I? Guys, do you know there's a like... Where's the Calais sign? That's not the Calais sign. Right, let's try that again, shall we? That was a bit annoying. Yes, I am lost. I hit an invisible fucking wall. Fuck, I said bugger. That was quite frustrating. It's just like pootling along and suddenly like slam, you've hit a brick wall. It's like no. And again, I've been to Calais numerous times, and it is not this confusing in real life. Although I must admit I prefer Dunkirk to Calais when coming back. But I don't mind either one from departing. But I think Dunkirk is the better of the two. Alright, let's get to Le Havre. Got some Christmas presents. And I'm no longer... I think after this I'm gonna quit because I want my dinner. Well, that roundabout looks familiar. Yep, that fence as well. That's pretty good. This is well modelled. Well done, SES. You've made it look convincingly like Calais. Ah, bienvenue en France. Invisible walls. Yeah, that's one of the many things you'll encounter in your driving career, that is, invisible walls. They're put there by the shape-changing reptilians. More and more I'm starting to believe David Icke is right, and it's not the Jews, it is the shape-changing reptilians. Because there's no way this agenda can be born of humanity. It is completely alien. Let's have a look at these the numbers. What am I doing? Burning a bit of diesel to get over that hump. But I'm over the hump now, so that's good. Just cruising. Yeah. I'll bet I'll super take you £5 if you do the rest of the journey in reverse. No. No, it's just not going to happen. I was like, mate, you could just hold on to that fiver. I mean, even if you've got a perfectly straight bit of road, reversing is not a fun prospect. Anyway, let's get in there. Concentrate. Don't damage the beautiful Christmas presents. Mummy, why is my present scratched? Because the driver that came from England was a nincompoop and he crashed into the invisible wall at Calais. But everyone knows there's an invisible wall there. Why did he not know? Because he's stupid. I am going to have to listen to Umbrella by Rihanna after this. Why would I listen to Umbrella by Rihanna? It really just sounds like something like I was playing to wind people up. It's like, oh, well, I've got access to what plays next. Yeah, we're going to listen to the Willy Bum Bum song. Yeah. because that's the sort of wacky guy I am. I'll play you some shit songs which are really annoying, and when you go like, Hobbit, do you really like this? But like, oh yeah, I'm really into this band. I think this is one of the best songs they've ever done. Oh, just listen to the musical artistry here. It's just, isn't that great? Don't you think that's great? No, I think it's rubbish. Oh, you're just a Philistine. You're just a square. You can't appreciate this music for what it is. What, rubbish? No, man, you just don't get it, man. You're just ignorant, man. Umbrella by Rihanna. Because I'm pretty sure, I think it's Rihanna that did Diamonds, and Diamonds is a shit song, but Diamonds as covered by Death and Rome is a great song. I think it's more likely that I played Diamonds by Rihanna to say like, see this song, see how shit it is? Let's listen to the cover. I still like Death and Rome. And you and I will be like diamonds in the sky. Oh, oh, shining bright like a diamond in the sky. The Brian Butterfield Song Contest. You and these classics, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance. When you take a chance on me. Now, what was that ABBA song you were singing? Oh, I don't know. Super Trooper is a party pooper, sing along with me. Yeah, I managed to not crash into the crash barriers, which are made out of reinforced titanium. I did it once, so I was like, surely I can just smash through these barriers. Nope. You can go from full speed to a crashing halt instantly. How much longer have I got to go? Nope, not that one. Nope. No, it's not that. I've got another 201 kilometres to go. Okay. Well, I'm committed now, I suppose, so let's carry on then. That's it, up to speed. It's not the Jews, it's Eddie Stobart. Is Eddie Stobart a shape-changing reptilian? Because I've never heard David Icke come out against the Eddie Stobart Corporation. Maybe he's overlooked them. I don't know. I do not know. What I do know is I'm looking forward to that shepherd's pie, so I want to get to Le Havre as quickly as possible. Red lorry, yellow lorry, 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 999 red lorry, yellow lorry. Trying to guess what Hobbit's got in the back of his truck. Well, coming up to a corner, so I need to do that first, but I'll be happy to show you. God, that must be a heavy load. What are they having for Christmas presents? Lead bricks? But that's what I got on my back. See? Got my... Can't focus on the road. Got my Amiga magazine. Got some rusty lemonade. Got a clipboard. Got some Camel and got some Marlboro Reds. And I got some window cleaner. Because everyone likes window cleaner, right? So, just carry on. Take this junction. Well, not a junction, but this exit. To Le Havre. Oh no, it's a tight corner. Right, let's try that again. There we go. Trying to keep my fuel economy good. So you see these numbers. The one at the bottom shows accurate up to the second fuel consumption, and then the one at the top shows my average over the net past 7,000 kilometres. Or, yeah. So at one point I saw this as low as 35 litres per 100 kilometres. I'm trying to get back to that. There we go, just back there. Cretin brake engaging. We're not allowed to call it a retard brake anymore because that's offensive to retards. So in the old classification scheme you had retards, morons, imbeciles and cretins. So I'm calling it the cretin brake. Just got home, Hobbit. How's it? Over and out. Yeah, it's a Christmas event on Euro Truck Simulator. Everyone in the community, if they deliver 1,000 packages to each town, then that town will get something. If you deliver 15 packages personally, then you get a winter paint job. So I'm looking forward to that. So this will be my third job. Well, it's actually my fourth. The third job, unfortunately, as I turned around in Felixstowe to get on the train, I tilted the lorry and everyone, well, no, nobody died, but I did lose the job. So they're like, yeah, we're going to get somebody else to drive this trailer. We don't trust you. So just do that, and then, yeah, as soon as I put on the indicators, he slams on the brakes, as he bloody well should do. I wonder if Train Sim has added a Christmas event. I don't know. You'll have to ask Adam. He's the resident train anorak. But it's both Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator. You delivering some jobs, then you know you'll get stuff. Just gone from Dover to Le Havre, and I've got another I've got another 64 kilometres to go, so yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Oh, 63, 62, 61, 60. I calculated once, I was doing 60 kilometres an hour, and I was counting how long it took to do 10 kilometres, and it took me 10 minutes. So it's like, how long it took to do 10 kilometres? No, anyway, I calculated and then I found out on the website I was right. It's a scale of 15 to 1, so you 1 second in the game passes, 15 seconds in real life would have passed. So if you're doing, say, 60 miles an hour in the game, it won't take you an hour to do 60 miles. Sorry, it won't take you a minute to do 60 miles. It'll take a 15th of that. So that will take you 4 seconds to do a mile. That's it. There we go. We're coming up to one of these, so just going to get in gear, put on the brake, stop blinding myself for the main beams. Come on, lift up, lift up, lift up. Oh, just in time. And let's put on the temporary blindness for the road users. Shift into the correct gear, as I'm going to need to go through the gears in order to get some decent acceleration. Yeah. Oh, really burning the fuel to get up to speed. But it's got to be done. People want their Christmas presents. Got to help out Father Christmas somehow. Ah, there we go. Right, let's get her in. Start to slow down. Slow down. Fuck's sake, you're going too slow. Oh, you bastard. I hate you. What's he carrying anyway? That doesn't look like a Christmas present. Who do you think you are, being in front of me, wasting my bloody time? Oh, you fucker. Don't say fuck or bugger. Fuck off! You... Oh, right, okay, yeah, it's my fault there was a crash there. I mean, clearly I was indicating that I wanted to turn off. Bastard. Right, let's get this in. What time is it? It's nearly 4 AM, so let's just announce that Father Christmas is here. There we go. Father Christmas has come to the industrial estate. Ah, no. It is in France, it is known as Père Noël. There. So, let's get in here. Ah, this should be alright. So, handbrake on. Where do you need it? You want it there. Okay. Alright, I'll do that. I can't just be like, nah, I feel like leaving the trailer here. It's like, well, who's going to put it there? You got the tractor unit. You got to drive it in, mate. No, but it's a bit difficult. Can't you get someone else to do it? Speaking of which, let's have those on. Christmas time, Christmas cheer, it only comes once a year. It's the most happy time in the world. It's Christmas. Let's get her in. Let's get her in. Oh no, touching on the trailer. It's alright. I've been on the sherry and mince pies. So we'll try that again, but this time looking out of both mirrors to make sure we're not clipping onto somebody else's property and not coming up too quickly on the clutch. Right, so this trailer has got to avoid the other trailer. He says, looking... Oh, I can't make out whether it's touching or not. It's touching. Let's try that again, shall we? Let's have a go. Let's get it right. I can imagine being like a site foreman or something. It's like, is this driver drunk? It's like, well, yes, I am. But do you want these Christmas presents or not? Well, my God, no, that's the wrong way. Right, let's try this again. Right, let's go right around. I think I know how to do this. Well, I know how to do this. It's just getting it there. Right. So, why do I have to put it in bay 7? Why can't it just go in another bay? Gefco. Yes, I have been drinking. No, unfortunately, you can never leave the truck in the game, and you can't. I've noticed all the pavements have got, shall we say, the European Truck of Peace armour on them, so you can't mount the pavement and Allah Akbar people during Christmas. So just get it in, get it in, get it in. There it is. Hey, most of the presents are intact, right? And anyway, they're only French. No one really cares whether they get a good Christmas or not. Excellent! So, hey, it didn't even register any damage to the trailer. Brilliant. Well, that's good. I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. And I'm going to listen to Umbrella by Rihanna now and see whether, like, oh yeah, I do know that song. But I'm pretty sure it was Diamonds by Rihanna. And you and I can be like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright. You may now go away. Fuck off, stop watching this stream.